and welcome to June's edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling from Gardner Tenpins in Gardner, Massachusetts. This is our semi-annual trip here to do the bowling that most of you are familiar with. I was unable to do my normal introduction because everything was okay when I left home, and then it was a torrential downpour when I approached here. So all the equipment was in the trunk, so I couldn't do the normal thing. So you're staring at a picture. Anyway, here are the highs and lows as of now. In the land of candlepins, high single of 148 done at Putnam Street in Fitchburg. 44 was done at French King Bowling Center. Land of the Ducks, 147, done at Collins Bowlodrome in Billerica. 58, done a little ways up the road at North Chelmsford Lanes in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. The approaches were tiny, moved the camera out of the way, and everything was fine. And then the land of Tenpins. Last time we were here, got the 198, and the 26 not done here. It was done trying to do the Jason Belmonte at Weymouth Lanes, and it failed miserably. And that is a real number. Those are the highs and lows as of now. We're on lane number 3, the other side of the house we're normally not on. We have been on this side before, but it's not usual. Could not find the usual 13-pounder, so we got the 12. And that's what we're going to be bowling with. And now it's time for those famous words you've been waiting for. It's now time to watch me suck at regular bowling. Game 1 frame of ball. I got stuck. Ball 2. For when the music's a bit too obvious, the audio will be muted. There's the second ball, better than the first for sure, and the middle finger remains for the 9. For those of you like the pin setters, here's a fresh set of 10 from AMF, and there you go. Frame 2 ball 1. Ball 2. At least it's a better start than the first frame was, that's for sure. There she goes, it's a hair to the right, and we get 8. So far, pretty rough start, but usually the first game is pretty lousy. I got the 9 and 1, courtesy of the thumb getting stuck in the thumb hole, and an 8 and 2, we're at 17. Frame 3 ball 1. Ball 2. And things get worse with a 5. Frame 4 ball 1. Should be able to bounce back from a lousy 5 like that. There's the swing, there's the pitch, now it's off to the left, and backdoor action for 9. Ball 2. Could not find the 40% that could have got that pin. 9er. This would be a decent score if it were candlepin. Anyway, we got the lousy 5 and 3 and a 9 and 4. We're only at 31. Frame 5 ball 1. Being 1 point shy of acceptable in candlepins shows you how bad this score's going. It's to the right and 3. Ball 2. Eventually, the head pin should be a little more gettable. There's the pitch. Again, it's to the right. And we get 8.
Frame 6, ball 1.
At some point, a mark would be a good thing. There's the windup. There's the pitch. It's looking pretty good, and so close.
Ball 2.
Again, 40% of the lane will get this pin. There's the throw, and of course, we get the other 60%. Another 9. The train of failure keeps on rolling. With the 8 and 5 and a 9 and 6, no marks to be found. 48.
Frame 7, ball 1.
We were starting to hit the head pin. Is that going to continue? There she goes. It's looking pretty good. And again, no strike.
Ball 2.
The 6 and 10 should be pretty easy to get, but remember who's trying. There it goes. Too far to the right. We get one of them for a 9.
Frame 8, ball 1.
We've been finding the head pin. Now it's just a matter of them falling the right way. There she goes. That one did not find the head pin. 5 so far.
Ball 2.
In Candlepin, we call that leave the Caleri. There goes the ball. It's looking pretty good. This time we get a mark. Unfortunately, this game is too far gone to hit minimal acceptance of 100 in my book. But as I always said, the first game usually is the one that's the worst. Anyway, we got a 9 and 7, spare an 8, 67 with El Stinko the bonus ball.
Yeah. Frame 9, ball 1, El Stinko.
El Stinko kinda stunk with a 5 fill.
Ball 2.
Curse of the fill, the 5 remain.
Last frame of the train wreck, ball 1.
Let's just try to make this bad game less bad. There goes the pitch. It's looking pretty good, and screwed out of another strike.
Doesn't matter.
Of course, a spare will make this bad game less bad. There's the windup. There she goes, way to the right, into the gutter. The 10 pin remains for 9. And to no surprise, the first game was definitely bad. We got the lousy 5 and 9, which was the fill for the spare. And then a 9 and 10. Spare could have made things a little less bad. Lousy 86. But of course, as I've always said, usually the first game isn't all that great. That wraps up Game 1 of 4 for the month of June 2025's edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling. From Gardner Tenpins in Gardner, Massachusetts. This is George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.